Hatching eggs in Pokemon Go can be a big gamble. With only so many incubators, every step you take counts, and figuring out which eggs you want to hatch is important. So what's the benefit to hatching a 2-kilometer egg over a 5 or 10-kilometer egg? We took a look at every potential Pokemon you can hatch by distance to pick the best ones you should look out for. 2-kilometer eggs generally hatch pretty common Pokemon, but some are more important than others. Most importantly are the starter Pokemon, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. You can get one of them at the start of the game, but unless you're lucky enough to live near a nest of them, finding more of them in the wild can be pretty rare. Considering how powerful their final evolutions are, and that it costs 100 candy to get to their final form, hatching them from eggs can give you a major boost in the candy department, and give you the chance to hatch one that's already at a high combat power. Magikarp is a seemingly useless hatch that can still be a big help if you're working your way up to that whopping 400 candy requirement to evolve into a Gyarados. And if you're looking to make the best use of evolving by using a lucky egg to gain more experience, even hatching Pidgeys, Weedles, and Caterpies will give you a ton of candy to work with for some quick mass evolving. 5-kilometer eggs can be dicey as they hide the largest pool of fairly uncommon to rare Pokemon. However, for Pokemon collectors and trainers alike, there are Pokemon worth trying to hatch here. Some of the most important Pokemon you can catch from 5 kilometers may be the ones you can't even find where you live in the world. Since it appears that they are region-specific Pokemon, that means it may be impossible for someone living in North America to find a Farfetch'd that, so far, has only ever been sighted in the wilds of Asia. Other Pokemon like Tauros, Mr. Mime, and Kangaskhan also appear to be region-specific, which means short of a plane trip, hatching will be your best bet. 10-kilometer eggs have a hefty distance for a reason. They supply some of the rarest Pokemon around. In fact, the only non-rare Pokemon to come out of these is generally Eevee, and even then, Eevee candy is pretty usable for making sure that you have more chances to get all 3 evolutions fast. These eggs also produce a lot of Pokemon that don't evolve, and considering how rare they are, finding more candy can be a pain, so using the cache of candy you get from hatching can be a huge boon. Last but not least, 10-kilometer eggs tend to hatch some of the Pokemon with the biggest potential, like Snorlax or Dratini, which evolves into a Dragonite that apparently has one of the highest amounts of maximum combat points. And that's the best Pokemon you should be looking to hatch from every egg. Since hatching is random, you better bring a lot of patience and some good walking shoes with you. For more info on hatching Pokemon, check out IGN's Pokemon Go Wiki Guide, and for everything else, put those Pokemon eggs in the incubator and head on over